A new month is the perfect chance for a fresh start. How you plan it can make all the difference. If you're tired of feeling overwhelmed or stuck in the same cycle, I'm going to show you how I plan my month to stay productive without burnout and focus on personal growth. By the end of this video, you'll have a simple framework to set goals, track progress, and actually make time for you. If you love productivity and self-growth content, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more. Now, let's dive in. So I break my monthly planning. Thank you, America's Best. I break my monthly planning into 3 key areas: reflection, goal setting, and systems. So let's start with the first step, which is reflecting on the past month. Before I plan ahead, I like to take a moment and reflect and ask myself 3 simple questions. What went well? So I have a 2025 planner that I got from Walmart. It was on sale for like 50 cents and I was really hyped about it. And it's got this little area here, not sure how much y'all can see, but it's got to do, I'm grateful for, I'm excited about, work goals, personal goals, priorities, important dates, and a little spot for me to doodle, which I thought was pretty nifty. Anyway, so I go back over my to-do list for the month and see that I got it all done. This month was pretty simple. Order my school books online because my next semester starts May 5th. My first class for the summer. So I take 2 7-week courses. Well, 3 technically. 1 for the first 7 weeks and 2 for the last half. So I've already ordered my books. They should be here soon. Personal goals. I have not perfected my schedule. So we are going to... God, I wish I had a way for y'all to see what I was doing. Okay. So I haven't perfected my schedule, so I'm going to go ahead and start by that, move it over. Prepare for school. I am prepared for school, so we can cross that out. I'm good to go. I've got my textbooks. This planner is technically for school, but I think I'm going to use it for everything because it's just so nicely set up. If I were to create a journal, I would definitely do a layout similar to this one. I didn't have any work goals because I was just using this for school, but I would like to get in some more pie notes next month. So let me go. We will go with yellow for this next month. Okay, some of this stuff needs to change, so I will have to break out my whiteout because I am no longer in English 102. My student loans got messed up, so they had to drop me from all my classes, and then there wasn't any more seats available, so that was fun. So I will cross that out, save my Pell Grant, that is definitely still something to do. Personal goals, perfect. Schedule. This one is going to be especially tough just because I'm juggling content creation, nutrition courses, and programs that I'm planning and putting out soon. Stay tuned for that. And school and working full-time at the group home. I'm at work today, so I figured this would be a good way to start the month. Plan everything. It is a Sunday as I'm recording this. It's the 27th. Work goals. I want to do more pie notes for the month. And then I try to choose one thing I'm grateful for. I am grateful for... I'm going to say family this month. My fiance has been super supportive, very big help, especially on the creative content creation side of things. They also actually have a YouTube. I'll go ahead and link that down below if you're interested. They're more of a, it's Canabites with Mason, so they're more of like, chill smoke sessions and listening to playlists. And once we get to Thailand in November, which we're still planning on doing, they'll do like different food videos and things like that. So anyways, I'm excited about starting school again. After this semester, I have 2 classes left. I have English 102 and a science without a lab. I'm not going to be able to do my science with a lab, so I am just going to transfer what I have done of my associate's degree. But I also have to do stats for psych, so that's a rough one. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm excited for starting school. Starting school back. Okay. My priorities this month. Pass class, which is CA 112. Starts this month and ends next month. It's technically a culinary class, but it's meal planning and nutrition. I am a certified nutritionist if you guys haven't seen my other videos. So I'm excited to do that class. Important dates. The 5th is when my class starts. I believe I get my Pell Grant. I believe May 1st. I'll have to double check on that. Nope, it's June 1st. June 1st. Okay. We'll move on. We'll move that one to next month. And then a little doodle. We'll do a little sun coming out of a cloud. I feel like that's a very appropriate doodle for the month. I am working hard to kind of get out of the little funk I was in over the winter. Living in a bus in winter is not as fun as, well, you probably don't assume it to be fun anyway. So let's break out the bite out. CA112 starts on the 5th. I think that's pretty much it for planning the month as far as little things like this. Let's see, the next thing I kind of asked myself is what could have been better. There are a couple tasks that I did this month that I definitely could have worked a little bit more diligently on, like going to the crisis center to find a new psychiatrist in the area for my medicine, getting the bus fixed. That's kind of a mechanical mess, but we're not going to talk about that today. So, without judgment, just aware of it, I can work on things a little bit more diligently this month than I plan on doing such. Putting things in place, like using my to-do lists in my calendar and my Notion, which I'll show you guys in a minute. Next is what's one lesson I learned this month. I definitely learned that I'm a lot more capable than I think. If I just, applied myself a little bit more, I think I could get a lot more done every month. So I'm going to really work on doing that. Okay, this stuff helps me avoid repeating mistakes and build on what's working. So, next is set clear goals. We actually just did that. So, school goals is to pass my class. Personal goal is to perfect my schedule. I'd like to read a book this month, but I don't know that that's going to happen, so we will see. Actually, I'll move that one to next month, just because with school starting, I don't think I'm going to want to read any more than I have to. So we're going to say that my goal is to kayak at least once a week. I really enjoy kayaking, and we have a river down at the park that I've done some of my videos at. A career and productivity goal is, like I said, do more pie notes. Just get the guys to interact a little bit more. They're all really homebodies and room bodies, I guess, being housemates. They're both constantly in the room, but they have mentioned wanting to go to the gym and things, so I'd like to get them out of the house a little bit more this month. Alright, my systems to stay on track. Now we're going to move into looking at my Notion. Hi, different shirt, different setting, different day. I'm editing this and realized that the script deleted like the first half of my footage, so I don't really think you'll miss too much. We dive straight into my personal board there. Basically, I only go over personal, I don't go over finance because that's a pain in the ass to edit, but and y'all don't need to be all up on my numbers quite yet, but Anyway, enjoy. Okay, descriptive driving me nuts, so let's just do this way. Alright, so I've moved Sunday to the beginning instead of the end, just because, you know, if I reset it on Sunday, I feel like it works better to just reset everything and start from the beginning. So I did not get 7 hours of sleep last night. I did take my meds this morning, so my morning meds are technically at 12:30 a.m. and my afternoon meds are technically at 12:30 p.m. just because that's how it works with my schedule, since I usually work from 4 to 12. I'm not usually up until like 10, 11 in the morning. I don't care what anybody says, wake up earlier does not make you more productive. It just gives you time. If you have a schedule and you stick to it, I don't care if you're up at 7 p.m. and go to bed at like, I don't know, well, no. I don't care if you sleep till 7, like, you know what I mean. Anywho, so I have not taken my PM meds yet today. I did not get a chance to shower, work out. Hopefully I'll be able to check that later because the guys want to go to the gym, so we'll see. Meditate, not yet. I haven't done my diary card for today. I don't do that until 11:40, so that usually doesn't get checked off until the next day. Brush my teeth. I have not. I'm still working on my coffee. Obviously it's not nighttime, so I haven't brushed my teeth, so yeah, real productive morning, as you can see. Anyways, now we go down to my basic schedule. Go to all tasks, and just like above, we click to reset everything. Did indeed wake up this morning, good for me.
Yay me!
I just finished my breakfast, haven't worked out or washed up yet. Recording my YouTube video now, so good for me. I filmed my TikToks a little bit later, ate lunch. Laundry, I don't know if I'm gonna get to do that today, just because we have to go to a different town to do our laundry, because that's what we stay in a different town over the weekend, just so we diversify where we stay. Clean, I usually do that at the same time as the laundry, so again, don't know if that'll happen. If it does, it'll be after like 4:30. And then eat dinner, relax, and sleep for the night. So, and this database right here syncs up with my Notion calendar app. I've said it once, I've said it a million times. If you are not using the Notion calendar app, but you use Notion, you are completely missing out. Anyway, here is my signature little calendar with everything that I have to do, so I can see the little symbols at a glance. Save, edit, upload to docs, get the bus inspected, I can drop that off. Record my video, my Serenity Sunday Serenity video came out at about 14 minutes ago as of right now, so y'all check that out if you haven't. And yeah, I think that's, oh my god, I'm exhausted. I will be making another cup of coffee. Whew. Earlier, I'm not going to show you guys the inside of my finance page just because it's a pain to edit out all the numbers, and if you want to see it, it's in that video that I typed up there a little earlier. I'm going to show you guys in my Notion. So I do have buttons that I click just to bring up the next month, and I'll delete the database for the previous month because it auto-populates into another page where I have that database set up, and it's broken down by month, like input, output, budget, like things spent, stuff like that. School I've already updated. Gateway stays pretty updated. I already updated that when I got here this morning. I have a little database where I put in what day I work, where I work, when I clock in, and when I clock out. Let's see, I've paid for my birth certificate. I honestly don't know where it is, so that's fine. I'll look into that a little later. Let's go back to my timeline. So, inspection, I'm dropping that off, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Register the bus. I'm just gonna put that as May 10th. Get divorced. I'm filling out the divorce paperwork tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, I don't think I've shared that on this page before yet, but I, got married at 19, and it just didn't work out. I mean, we're still really good friends. We obviously have a kid together, but we just weren't meant to be married. We were meant to be friends, and that's totally cool. Okay. I don't know why this isn't syncing up. Anyways, whatever. This is my tasks to do. I gotta clean the garage next Sunday, but anyways, everything in there is updated, and I've added the houses that we're looking at because I think we're leaning more towards like renting a house than renting a condo or an apartment when we get to Thailand. I think that's pretty much it in my Notion. Yeah, 3 things that I have to do today, because I usually just pick 3 pressing matters that I have to do unless I absolutely have to do more. So I have to finish working on my cookbook. I'm not quite done with that, but that will be out soon for all my fellow van and bus lifers and people living in cars and on the streets, and shelf-stable things that anybody can cook, even if you have a house and a full fridge and a kitchen and everything. I gotta calculate my budget for moving to Thailand, like our monthly budget when we're there. And then I have to sign my meal guide PDF. This is basically just gonna be basically a little diagram saying fat, carb, protein, and you can have different things so that way you can just pick a quick meal or a really nutritionally powerful snack. Like for my morning snack this morning, I think I'm doing an egg or 2, a meat stick for my protein, eggs also for protein just because they're very yummy. I'll do my sunflower seeds for fats, and then for carbs, I'll probably finish off with the potatoes that we have in the fridge that the guys didn't eat over the weekend. Or over the weekend, Sunday, that they didn't eat yesterday. And I'm at work, so I can check that off. I recorded my video for yesterday. That meditation came out. That came out. I'm recording the video as we speak. So I still have to record my TikToks to get ready for the week. I think this time I'm going to bulk record 30 days worth of content. I think I'll start with 2 weeks and just see how I like that, because editing takes forever for little TikToks, because I have a lot of visual overlays and things like that. So all I have left to do today is my TikToks. We can go ahead and go into Sanity Saga and check that out, just see what our content is. Maybe I'll get a little sneak peek or what have you of the content that I have up and coming. If it ever loads. Also, I made a Blue Sky account, so I will start linking that in the bottom of my videos as well. You guys check that out. Alright, so I usually plan out my entire month of content for the next month, like, so for May content, I already did that April 15th to 20th. I usually take 5 days to do that, just to script everything out. And I do everything except my descriptions. I do that when I edit, as well as my thumbnails, obviously. So I have a TikTok every single day, a YouTube video on Wednesday and Saturday, and then Sundays I do my Sunday Serenity videos, which are my guided meditations. The one that came out today, which I can mark that off actually, because it's no longer scheduled, it is published. It is a 7-minute walking meditation. So again, y'all check that out if you're interested. So yeah, I think I'm going to do 2 weeks worth of TikToks. So I usually do like Tuesday through Monday every week, just because Monday's when I edit the TikToks and I want something to be able to put out on that day. A lot more nutrition stuff, like on Saturday, so 3 days from when you guys are seeing this, if you're watching this the day it comes out, I'll talk about my ISSA, Jesus, heartburn. I'll talk about my ISSA nutritionist course experience and journey. Talk about meditation a little bit, creating different routines, food and mood. I've got Christ. So I've got quite a few things like that to film for the day. So yeah, my laptop is dead and it's dying. Honestly, I think that's pretty much it. Alright. Over-planning definitely leads to burnout. That's another thing I wanted to touch on. I always leave space for rest, fun, and unexpected changes. As somebody with autism, it's incredibly hard to adapt to my schedule and things like that changing when I have laid it out to be a certain way. I've gotten better with that with age and therapy, but it's still something to plan for. Plan for the unplanned. Planning your month doesn't have to be complicated. A simple reflection, clear goals, and small habits can completely change the way you show up for yourself. Start small, stay consistent, and don't forget to enjoy the journey of personal growth. How do you plan your month? Let me know down in the comments. I would love to take inspiration from y'all just as much as you're taking inspiration from me. This video helped you, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more productivity, self-care, nutrition, self-growth, meditation, yoga,